one thing I noticed too, and this is something that my wife and I were talking about earlier today. She's from Russia, but the culture, or the way that the culture has adapted to the sanctions, which is essentially just the shutting down of the entire country's resources, like externally or from exporting. The thing that's been really interesting is, because of the fact that these sanctions have came in place, the country is a lot more resourceful, where if you cut off someone's resources, normally you would feel like they would struggle either financially or just from their goods, or their goods, their consumer goods, like your foods, oils, things like that. I mean, Russia's great. They're in a good spot. They have plenty of food. They have plenty of gas and oil. Like they can make all of it. It's the same thing as like America, where if Texas were to remove itself from the country, I wouldn't say they'd like thrive, but they have enough size and resources, oil and everything, to where they wouldn't really need a lot of external help, if any. So if they were to become independent, like, it would be feasible. So in Russia, like all of the like Adidas, McDonald's, like they've all left, but in replace of that have come companies that are internally run. Entrepreneurs will come in and they'll run the store. It's called like Vkusny Tochka. It's the McDonald's replacement, and it's just as good. The recipes are all still there. The logistics or systems are similar, I would imagine, in place of them. Adidas has been replaced. H&M is replaced by this place called Gloria Jeans, and there's a place that is a similar, comparable to like TJ Maxx, which is Gloria or Familia, and you would walk in, if you didn't know anything about the situation right now, you could not tell that there is any sort of restrictions being placed in this country, because they're very resourceful, and they've just either closed down any of the American-made stores, or they've put up their own that are direct competitors of them, and they're doing just fine. I think the quality is similar, maybe like 10%, less, but the price is better than what it would be if they were to use another company. So I thought that was really interesting. Like, we went to the grocery store yesterday. People think that there's nothing on the shelves, like they're struggling, they have no water, no food, no produce. Their shelves are stocked, they're overfilling. Like, there's chocolate everywhere, there's so much water available. There's like Coca-Cola, for example, they have their own brand now, and it's I think it's like Dobre Cola, and it is just as fine. And they have their own brand, their own internal brand of cola. You could not tell that there is any sort of restrictions being placed on this country right now. And just so you guys are aware, like I'm here, and I've been here for a couple weeks. Gonna be here for a total of 2 weeks, and I have not seen any sort of struggle to what you would think would be one in a situation where all of their resources are cut off from every other country. And now I might be speaking too soon to say this, but I would imagine come 5 years from now, if they're not already completely independent from a majority of the countries, yes, they'll still have some allies with like China and things. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't thrive economically, because they're making everything in-house. Like, could just be naive saying this, but I'm just thinking, if they're independent and they can make everything themselves, they make all their produce, all their food, all their consumables, like, they'll be fine. And America is kind of the opposite. We almost rely heavily on a lot of things like oil and gas, and a majority of our like goods are coming from China. So assuming that those hoses or those resources get shut off for us, it'd be a totally different story, expense wise or financial wise. So I don't know, it's interesting to see how they're reacting to all of this. I can't even tell. Like, I'm walking into most stores, they're busier than ever. I mean, The only thing that's really changing is like inflation, which is happening everywhere. So that's I think they're a strong, resilient country, and I think they definitely deserve more credit than they're getting right now. They don't deserve as much hate as they are getting. So I'm hoping that this video and the ones that I make are going to provide a little bit more context to the lifestyle here. So anyway, just thought I'd share that information.